And welcome to the show. I'm Marijuana Man. Wednesday, so this must be from under the seed desk. It is Wednesday, right? Mm-hmm. Joining me, as they always do, except last week and some other times, we have Al the Alchemist
and what the fuck's going on?
Kush Queen in between.
Hola, hola.
So we got
guys.
A full couch today.
Yeah.
Not like last week. 2/3 of a coach, I think it was, and less.
Yeah.
And less without you
I'm
here.
sorry, you guys.
Kush Queen, of course, was taking up the better part of the back of a motorcycle seat.
That's right, I was. And it was fucking fun.
So we're glad to have you back.
It's good to be back. I missed
Both
you
of
guys.
you.
All of you. I missed you all.
A royal trip around the world.
We're glad to have everybody joining us today. It's a beautiful day here in Vancouver. We've also got another camera, if you will. Camera left from my perspective, but from yours, it's Jeremiah. Uh-oh. We have a chat cam.
And the microphone. Hi, Pod TV.
And I don't know, can you see Carly sitting there?
Can't see Carly,
No,
but
you
we
can't.
could if she
She's
was-
there. She's there in
Hi,
spirit.
Carly. Look at... Oh, now that's all they really want to see.
Yeah.
We don't need me on the couch here. Here, I can back it out a bit.
So, from Jeremiah will be there in spirit, off camera for the
Yes,
rest of the show.
We'll just zoom in on Carly. Yeah.
Oh, missed you too, Canadian Giant.
So, for those of you who've never been here before, Kush Queen was just talking to someone in chat. So, if you're watching the show, you're sitting there, your hands are free.
Chat it up.
Get into
Chat
the
it up
chat
with me.
and join us on the show.
Do it. Go ahead.
Green Supreme's here. Good to see your moniker. Canadian Giant. Booth's here. 28 dabs later. Nice. Pot TV's. Green Mile. Nice. Hi all. So yeah, here it is, Wednesday. We got other friends in the house. Jade and Sean are over there. Janice is on the couch with us. So Jody just walked into the room. Jody Emery is live on the other side of the camera. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, the Jody Emery cam. Look at that, you get your own camera. Well, little does Jody know we've been following her around for the last week with this little camera.
Oh, my God.
And funny you should sit in that very chair because... it's a beautiful day in Vancouver, like I said. For the last 2 days, it's been fucking hell. Rain. We've had rain for 2 days. Will it never end?
We did it, though.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we
No,
did. Our
this is what they
province
all
is
say.
burning, Marijuana Man. I
This is
disagree.
what they all say.
No, I
Oh,
disagree.
we needed
And
it.
I stand strong.
No, here's what we needed to do was to legalize marijuana, use the taxes to fight the forest fires. Don't give up.
so funny.
Don't give up on
Don't give up so
fire.
easily.
What are you going to do without fire at the end of the day? Sushi? Really? Like, how long have they not known about fire in Japan? Like, could you cook the tuna? You don't
No,
mind?
it's just
a
fire is
little
very,
fry
very
pan
expensive
or
in Japan.
Too dangerous because of all the paper buildings and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Well, so the title of today's show is
Kush Queen's back. Just kidding.
And Front.
Two of them.
Well, before I divulge that, just want to give a shout out to Dylan for coming down to the seed desk, which is located right here at 307 West Hastings in Marc Emery's Cannabis Culture headquarters near the back. Come to the back. I'm there every day. Somebody's there every day, and you can stop in and buy some seeds, say hi to Marc, and the gang's usually around. So do that anytime. So today's show title is, If You Haven't Smoked Marijuana, Shut the fuck up. Like,
That's
really?
a great fucking title.
Really?
Best one yet.
That, yeah, in the history of these shows, that's definitely the best
One
title.
of the better ones.
No,
But
no,
don't-
it's-
aren't you getting
hands
tired of
down
these
the best.
idiots that are blathering about marijuana when they don't have any personal experience with it? It's like you being broke down on the side of the road with your car, and somebody pulls up and goes, well, you need to rip apart your carburetor and put this spring in. And you say, do you know anything about fixing cars? They go, well, no. Have you ever fixed a car? Well, no. And you go, okay, well, I'm going to do what you suggest. He said, this is what I heard. So
No, she won't like it. It's the tea bag.
we don't put up with that anywhere else in our lives, right? So why do we put up with these knuckleheads blathering about stuff? I'm tired of it. It's what they've heard about marijuana. Always, always, always. And one of their lame excuses always has been, oh, we don't want to give the wrong impression to the kids about drugs. But I'm here to say that you have already done that. Prohibition has given kids the wrong impression about drugs. And now you're backpedaling and spinning it back to saying that now it's giving the wrong impression about doing those drugs you lied about. Idiots. Like, really? People got to be called up on this pretty soon.
Well,
And-
the other side of that is you don't see the cannabis people buying airtime on major TV networks to talk about what cannabis does. So the only information that's coming out for that the kids are absorbing is by the fearmongers.
That's right. That's absolutely right. And they've been taught in their schools by the DARE programs and such since they could talk.
If they don't want kids to know about it, they should shut the fuck up.
Which
Right?
brings us right back to the title of the show. Shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up. Stop putting it all over TV. Stop putting it in magazines and mainstream everywhere. And just let cannabis people be cannabis people. And the ones who are lucky enough to stumble on this beautiful thing will. And the ones who don't, won't.
That shouldn't.
Cops going into classrooms. These are the drugs you can buy.
Yeah.
That's right.
I know.
Oh, man.
And they
When
really,
I was
when
a
they
kid,
do studies on these DARE programs and things, they always show that it actually increases drug use among the kids
Oh,
because
it
that's
would
how they
have
find
to.
out about it.
It
It's
would
definitely
have to.
advertising
that
program.
was part of our curriculum in elementary school and junior high. The cops used to come with their dogs, and they'd have a bag of pills and a sheet of acid and some weed, and fucking that's hash, and this is cocaine. All right, wicked. Now I know what to
So
look
that's
for.
what it looks like.
Thanks, officer.
They would teach them all the street names, the prices, how to. I saw a web page, and it's still out there. Crazy. They were a little old-fashioned in their marijuana information, and they suggested that it was known as sensimilla out there in the.
Get
but-
a lid of it.
It
They-
is, but only in the circles of people that already know about it.
And they suggested that the sensimilla was the strongest of the marijuanas, and they put the phonetic fucking pronunciation for it on a kid's webpage. Here's how you say it. Right? Like, really? How
So
short
if you're on vacation in Mexico with your mom and dad, this is how you ask for it.
Well, the guy,
Unbelievable.
the evil guy that's
Yeah.
the
Bacalolo.
There.
That
the
piece you're
evil
working on
guy
now.
who's waiting in the schoolyard to prey upon your children is going to offer the marijuana, and they go, no, have you got any of this sensimilla, the stronger marijuana that the policeman told me about, right? That whole DARE program, those fucks should be sued. The police should be sued for
Pop-Tart.
doing that to our kids. They've been going in there and lying to them. It's a make-work project for them. That's all it's ever been. That's all it ever could be. You cannot frighten people away from something they know nothing about. You first have to introduce them to it. And then they have to go get some personal experience to make a decision. Ha! Idiot fucking liars. Here's the thing. 60,000 children are admitted to hospital every year in the United States overdosing from fucking vitamins.
JD, Can I have my joint back? It's going in a circle over there. Sorry. Kush Queen is cushing out. Thank you. Sorry.
60,000 children every year in the United States are admitted to the hospital for overdosing on vitamins.
Those Flintstones are...
Children's vitamins, not their
Flintstone
parents.
ones, right?
Fuck you,
That's
Flintstones.
right.
I
Fucking
knew it, 'cause
corrupters.
I loved
Bam, bam.
eating those when I was a kid.
Fred and Barney, you
Canada
corrupters.
is usually represented by about
B.
10%, so we've got to assume that about 6,000 kids in Canada are falling prey to this too. Here's what happens. Mommy brings out the gummy bears in the morning for the vitamins, and the kid goes, oh, no, I want a cat and a dog. And she said, no, you can only have one. Right, a whole fucking jar, and you can only have one. So she puts it away and then does this to you every morning till one day when you can get to the jar yourself. Right? A half a jar of those things will kill your kid. Children's fucking vitamins. Tell me that we're giving the wrong impressions to kids. You have made these from cartoon characters, the Flintstones, gummy bears,
Fuck you,
candy,
Flintstones.
a substance that can kill your child. And you're talking about fucking being worried
Fred
about their
and Barney are
safety
murderers.
when it comes to marijuana?
And then I get on the
Yeah,
Sky
make
train.
Fred and Barney murderers.
Don't even get me started on Betty, Wilma,
What could happen to
Dino.
Pegels, Bam Bam, Dino. They're all fucking genocidal maniacs.
Dino.
Dino, he'll be arrested.
Worst.
They go after the Italians first.
Hey, man, the only innocent one there is Mr. Slate.
Yeah. And then you get on the SkyTrain and you see ads from the government. You see Government of Canada ads that have big pictures of ecstasy pills with big smiley happy faces on them and gold like stars, pink
Yes.
eyeballs and all that stuff. Yeah, that's on the train. It's just like a big candy
Frightening.
advertisement.
If
for-
you have
Nice.
pink eyeballs, you should wash your hands more.
That is true.
Just saying.
Now, they on big-time network television in the fall, they got this new show coming out called Limitless. It's about this regular guy who becomes this Superman having taken a pill.
Yeah,
Based on the movie.
based on the movie.
Right.
There's I think
So,
there's
in the
3 movies being
mainstream-
turned into.
Oh.
Here they are in the mainstream. Children and young people will see this all the time, that
Yeah.
you can become an amazing guitarist, a superstar athlete, a lover, and
Just by taking a
playboy by taking this pill.
Well, it kind of worked. That's what happened with LSD.
But
Yeah, there you go.
are you not giving the wrong...
I know lots of people that became better guitar players by taking LSD.
Well, me too. And they sounded better when I took it.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
doubt.
Quite
Have
often.
to be
Drums
taking
are
the
about the
pills.
only thing that isn't LSD friendly. It's like, you go, want to get high on acid and jam on some drums?
Yeah. So,
That's so true.
I can't take credit for that joke.
so the hypocrisy of the warning of giving the wrong message to children. You're killing children because you're giving them the wrong message every single day, world. So don't give me this shit. If you haven't smoked marijuana,
Try
the
it
fuck
first.
up.
Shut the
Try it. It'll guaranteed it'll
Okay.
change your fucking mind.
It will. Everybody actually who has written stuff about it in recent times, certainly, when they've come to marijuana, it has changed their world. And it will yours, as you will see here in the coming stories. Now, speaking of changing somebody's world, here's a guy in Missouri. Is that where he is? From Missouri, I think. Jeff
pronounced Missouri.
Mizanski. Jeff Mizanski was sentenced to life imprisonment
yes.
with no parole
Whoa.
Yeah.
on marijuana-related only charges.
Yeah,
Life
conspiracy.
Isn't that
imprisonment.
insane?
It wasn't even like caught red-handed. It was conspiracy to traffic 6 pounds of weed.
Yeah.
3 times they caught him. They got the stupid rule. 3 times you're gone, and he was, and he's been gone for 20 years. But thank the universe or who's ever fucking in control that they let him out of prison. Oh my God!
Insane thing.
Congratulations to that guy. And
Jeff is free.
Yeah.
You
yeah,
can tell by his shirt.
the the governor stepped in. Jay Nixon is his name. He agreed in May to commute Jeff's sentence, and that was based on the fact that none of his offenses involved selling drugs to children. When will we be able to sell drugs to children? Oh, you can now.
You just have to be a pharmaceutical company.
And you got to be.
You got to look like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, you got to have.
You have to look like Fred Flintstone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But ironic that Nixon was the one to the guy.
Pardon.
Guy responsible for the damn drug war himself.
But didn't sell to children, and the law under which he was originally sentenced has been changed. Right? So this is another thing that's coming around the world upon legalization is all those laws are going to be changed. And all those people will be set free. And all of those records expunged.
I love that word.
Expunged.
I like that
Expunged.
word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Expunge.
In the bath. Good to do that in the bath.
So
It reminds you of a sponge bath, doesn't it, Jeremiah? Yeah, I thought so.
it's your old
Reminds
sponge.
me of a band of face cloths I saw open for the Circle Jerks one time called the X-Sponges.
Expunge.
Yeah. Expunge Bob.
It's a new Marvel comic, new spin-off of the X-Men.
So, Willie Nelson did an interview with GQ magazine. I don't know what
Wow.
GQ stands for, but
Good
quick.
quality.
Good quality, you think?
Good quality with Willie Nelson.
Willie, he is a gentleman.
It's a gentleman's quarterly.
Gold
Happy
Q-tip.
420.
They split your body into 4 pieces for that magazine.
For
Hey.
twizzle in the hizzle.
So, here's what they're saying about Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, outlaw country's elder statesman, Willie Nelson, is playing coy about his much-anticipated cannabis brand, Willie Nelson's Reserve.
Nice.
He's got a private reserve now.
I'm not too sure that I would have the word reserve in the title of something that I was selling, but oh yeah, it's the Res, Willie Nelson's Res weed, eh?
See, to me, that just implies that it's not for sale. It's only for Willie Nelson.
It's reserved for
No,
him,
no, this is
that's
only
right.
this is reserved
Yeah,
for
yeah,
Willie
can't have
Nelson.
that.
This is Willie Nelson's reserve.
Only
You
him and
can't
Snoop
fucking
Dogg
have
are
it.
allowed to smoke it.
Yeah, it's for sale, but he bought it all.
You just can't fucking have any.
Yeah.
So,
I like that.
when GQ magazine asked him about his specific tastes and preferences of cannabis, he said there's only 2 kinds of pot. It's like sex. It's all good, but some's better.
Wow.
You're right, Willie.
All right,
Right?
Willie.
I've smoked some of the ugliest weed out there, but because of the position I was in life, it was pretty fucking
Yeah.
good.
And
Willie knows how to use
I've
his
had
Willie.
some bad sex, but because of the position we were in, it was all right.
It was all right.
Eh? Now, they asked Willie if he has any favorite strains, and he said, wherever I am, there are favorites. You know, you got your Maui Wowie, you got your Humboldt County in California. I don't know, Willie, I think they meant now, not in the fucking 70s.
Yeah,
Right.
Willie knows the old timers.
No, I'm
We
like,
still
I
have all
haven't
of
heard any of
Where that
those in a
reserve
while.
comes from.
And you got the purple, you know, in Florida. Lots of different places have their own brand that's from the area. The growers and the farmers around can tell you what grows best. I think it all depends on the individual. And I've been smoking weed a long time, and I've got a great tolerance for it. So whatever I say about it won't necessarily be the same thing that someone else would say. So I'm not really the best guy to ask about those things.
Nice.
Willie.
Good answer, Willie.
Now,
Spoken like a true elder statesman.
Willie's ethos, or ethos, which is the guiding beliefs of a person, an ethos.
Yes.
Willie's ethos will be infused into the packaging and marketing more than determining specific pot choices.
Is it a solventless extract that they get to infuse Willie into the stuff? Or?
Well, what is his ethos? Well, I think it all depends on the individual. He says, I'm not really the best guy to ask about such things. Hey?
He's not the best guy to
Yeah.
ask.
That's what's going to be infused onto his packaging and into his marketing. Well, Willie's.
It's pretty
What
good.
is it?
Willie don't know.
Willie's Nelson's Reserve.
Willie
I
shrugging.
don't know. Don't know.
Willie's
It's
just
going to could be different for everyone. I'm not the best guy to ask.
But
Take
here's
it
my
from the
bread.
best guy not to ask.
Yeah. Don't ask Willie will be the whole campaign.
That's going to be the name of the,
Yeah.
of the company.
Branding.
Don't ask Willie.
The branding is trending. Isn't it? Isn't branding trending? Something fierce these days? Branding is just naming your stuff.
Him and Ross Rabagliati should go into business together.
Yeah.
Willie's gold.
Willie's gold. Well, it was. Ross isn't the best. Yeah. You know. Those, there's a few Congo people went to Afghanistan for a weekend.
Whatever, man. It's still the same.
Still not the same though.
So can't wait to try.
Let's have Gongolese.
We got a bunch of tweed weed here, actually.
Yeah, we got weed from Tweed.
Tweed weed.
Tweed weed. Tweed was in the news this week. There was
no,
a story
Tweed.
about Tweed. They announced that they made $1 million
LP.
in profit
Nice.
this time around, where this time last year they had shown $1 million loss. So in fact, they went up $2 million in the last year. Fucking swines. Selling their weed at $7.75 a gram. $3,500 a pound, something like that. $3,500 a pound they're selling.
Well, it's better than the 14 that Tilray charges.
Yeah, no kidding.
And that's from
Can you
an
believe that?
activist.
No. But the whole presentation of this thing is that Tweed is in good shape and it's the whole thing's working well because they're making profit on the backs of fucking sick people.
Yep.
Come on, sick people. Everybody seems to want to sidestep that. Sick people who were forced to buy from them. Right? It's like fucking Nazi Russia.
Yeah, there exactly. Like
Nazi
Russia.
Siberia, for fuck's sake. It could have worse than Nazi Germany.
Some of the lesser known Nazis. The
Yeah.
Siberian Nazis.
Nazi fucking Sudan. You want to
Yeah.
get hot about it, eh?
It's pretty ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous that.
Yeah.
Fuck them. I don't care about them anyway. I don't want to smoke their weed.
No.
Really. I really don't. So it's a shame, and soon nobody will have to, right? It's all gonna explode here in Canada like it has. Last month in June, fucking Colorado sold $50 million worth of weed. Woo. They will be projected to sell $1 billion worth of marijuana in this last year. $1 billion. That's a little kind of around gambling money here in BC. It's kind of dough they're generating there. Wow. And like that's, I don't know, $70 million in taxes.
No kidding.
Not a big fan of the taxes, but we'll get to that in a minute. Here's another thing that came out today. Research suggests that much of medical cannabis in Canada is incorrectly identified. Okay?
Really?
Incorrectly identified. It didn't take 20 seconds for them to start figuring this out, eh? The article entitled "The Genetic Structure of Marijuana and Hemp" was published last week. Researchers looked at the genotypes of 81 marijuana and 43 hemp samples. And using the DNA variants, you know how painful that can be,
Yep.
Oh, yes.
in the cannabis genome, which is like a lawn genome, a garden genome, if you will.
Genome. Yeah.
They studied.
Like the Travelocity genome.
Yeah, he's a G.
Yeah, it's like the Travelocity guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
G-Funk gnomes.
Now, In fact, although licensed producers often market the plant based on its strain and species ancestry, researchers found that the information was often incorrect.
Of course, because they're dealing with domestic hybrids.
The conclusion is that a strain's name is not a reliable indicator of its genetic identity, said Miles.
Who's Miles?
Wow.
Duh.
How'd
Genius.
Miles get into this?
Yeah, really. He's the Canada Research Chair in
Well, fuck him
Agriculture.
too.
Yeah.
Has he smoked pot?
Yeah.
Well, fuck you and shut the fuck
Shut
up.
the fuck up.
Oh no, Miles is onto something here.
They're reporting it's 70% indica and 30% sativas, for example, and it's horse crap,
Yep.
said the genetic scientist.
Always.
Miles said a medical marijuana producer might market a strain of cannabis colloquially known as purple kush, and refer to its ancestry as an indica strain. But he
Nope.
said there's no consistency among producers of the so-called purple kush variety.
They all got a different clone.
In other words, you could order purple kush from 3 producers and get 3 different strains of marijuana.
Yep.
Huh. Well,
I've been saying this.
Welcome
I've
to
been
the
I've been
jungle.
saying this for a fucking decade,
yeah.
at least.
Welcome to the
happy that
jungle,
the world's catching on.
Miles, right? He said a big part of the issue is the historically clandestine nature of marijuana production. They were underground kinds of operation. These breeding places didn't have a formal registration system for strains or federally funded breeding programs. Right?
True.
So, yeah, there you go. But here's a similar story. A new study suggests that everything that I've said about marijuana is true.
You never lie.
They're just catching up to everything that we've been saying here for fucking 20 years, for Christ's
That was a
sake.
major study they did too.
Yeah. The genome. They were yakking about the indica sativa genome.
It doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist, yet they're fucking yakking about it like it does. And they went so far as to test these 81 strains and tell me the percentage of indica sativa in them. What a bunch of horse crap, Miles.
Well, they see, and those have been reclassified.
And should be.
Yeah, the indica, sativa, the hemp, it's all been completely reclassified.
Yeah, it all comes from the same place. Come on. What, all of a sudden these very similar plants have popped up separately on the globe and developed all on their own and have the same shaped leaf and trichomes and all this other shit, and they're not related? Get out of here. It's doing the Afghani or stuff in Afghanistan grows differently because of the conditions. Stuff in Morocco grows differently because of the conditions. Go to India, there's a bunch of different conditions producing different kind of plants. Nepal, it's different. That's the only thing.
And,
not
it's
like
and
those-
it's also natural selection, or not natural selection, but what the fuck's the word I'm looking for?
Unnatural.
I'll come
general-
back to that.
I think
I'm having a
unnatural
brain fart.
generalization is.
It's a
what
natural
you
generalization of selective terminologies.
mean.
I covered myself.
No,
Good one.
no. Here, when it comes to marijuana testing,
Ew, I hate mushrooms. Sorry.
Okay.
yeah, me
Someone
too.
said something
okay.
about mushrooms
okay,
in
the mushrooms
fucking
won't
chat.
hurt you here.
Cool.
They're disgusting. I hate them. They're slimy. And
Mushrooms are
gross.
awesome.
No. I will accept them very finely chopped up in like a spaghetti sauce or something. Like when I can't really taste them.
Pizza, something on pizza, maybe.
But no.
We're talking about
No, I don't like it. I
magic
just don't
mushrooms
like
or regular mushrooms?
No, gross.
Now, in Nevada, where they have medical marijuana, red tape, medical marijuana cultivators are facing growing pains as they grapple with the strict testing standards. laboratory tests required before medical marijuana can be sold that growers have failed have led to pounds of marijuana being destroyed, constricting supply and delaying at least one dispensary from opening. Like, really? You fucking people don't know anything about marijuana. What's the big deal? Why all the testing now? You gotta, they're so worried about all these pesticides that everybody uses. No, what the fuck? Nobody's ever been hurt by marijuana. Doesn't matter what they've done to it.
We've been smoking fucking cannabis for how many years? Untested and all this stuff, and nothing's ever gone wrong.
You know who's gonna put pesticides on their weed? Tweed. Tilray.
Yep.
All these big time fucking producers, right? They're gonna do it. Yeah, because they can't be trusted. If you want to sell weed in an open market, you won't do it. But you have made it an open market to allow people to do that. You're so afraid of fucking marijuana, right? Like when I sell weed, I want to sell the best weed that is possible.
If there's dirt, plant a seed.
Well,
Let's just overgrow the world.
There's a lot of growers that are just strictly production growers that don't really know about cannabis cultivation. They grow a lot of weed, like a shit whack of it.
Yeah.
But the reason they grow presentable weed is because they fill it full of systemic pesticides and fungicides. So they don't get bugs because their actual leaf matter is poison. Like their plant tissue contains poison. So, and then they cut that down looking very pristine, crazy bag quality, and they sell it to people. And that's the standard, you know?
That's the way it's always been.
Rushed harvests, you know,
Plus people
taking cushes that flower for 10 to 12 weeks and rushing them to, 6 to 8 weeks.
People under prohibition aren't going to spend extra money if they don't have to. It's not very difficult to sell marijuana. I've seen some pretty sad loads of fucking marijuana go poof, gone, sold instantly. Because you know what you have to say? You say, that's all I got. And they go, okay, I'll buy that. And all their people will say, well, that's all he had.
That's true.
And that's all he had. No, there's not enough marijuana in the world. The demand far outweighs the supply because of prohibition. So really,
we've seen the market here get pretty saturated, where guys had high quality cannabis sitting for 3 or 4 harvests before they could actually sell the one previous.
Well, yeah, that.
Especially when the outdoors come in and stuff.
Yeah, we do see saturated markets, but for the most part, that's local. Like that's localized.
That's right here.
Right?
Yeah,
that's localized. That's not like.
It's not the way it is in New Jersey.
Yeah,
right.
I'm sure there's somebody in Nebraska that was like, man, I could take 150 pounds right now. You know.
Yeah. So
it's the way it goes.
So now their stupid tight restrictions are actually keeping marijuana off the shelves, and they're actually destroying it. The fucking narrow-sighted idiots that are involved in this should not be. Get the fuck out of the way for a while. Why don't you just throw it open, say, okay, you can grow weed, you can sell weed, and then we'll step in later, and we'll see what's going on and see how it should be regulated.
Yeah,
Why don't they do that?
Why don't they just regulate the shipping of it? Everybody can grow it. If there's a dry spell over there, you can ship it there, but you have to abide by certain conditions.
Let's regulating for a bit.
Yeah, let's put more regulations on these goddamn regulations and the regulatory committees that enforce the regulations thereof.
That's right, and that's a rule. That'll be rule number 1.
We need some regulations for the regulations.
Now, here's a big story that some of us will be quite concerned about, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, God.
Marijuana use
I'm already concerned.
May lower sperm counts
Oh, for
That's actually a
fuck's
pretty good.
sake.
That's a pretty good thing.
quite a lot.
That's actually a pretty good thing. For any.
Now I don't have to get a
any pothead
vasectomy.
That doesn't
Wasn't
really necessarily want
wasn't
to
that
father
a Sesame Street character?
child.
Why the teens are using it. So that's enough
Nature's birth control.
Wasn't
Yeah, the children.
Wasn't that a Sesame Street character? The sperm count?
Sperm count, yeah.
One little sperm. No, two little sperm. Smoking
1 million.
Real.
What do you say it could reduce your chance of having a boy?
No, this is a real story here.
Yeah.
Smoking marijuana more than once a week may lower men's sperm counts. That's men, so you don't even have to worry.
Yeah.
Right? You don't even have to count. For Christ's sake.
Women's sperm count remain
I
high.
don't even have to count. Yay, I hate math. Fuck.
May lower men's sperm counts by about a third, according to a new study. The researchers thought that amount of reduction in sperm count was quite a bit, said study author Tina Jensen from the University of Copenhagen.
Tina from Copenhagen.
Tina from Copenhagen doing the
Studying the sperm.
Count
doing
the
the
sperms.
sperm and marijuana test, eh? In this
Oh my god.
in the study
Yeah.
in this
Yeah.
in the study, researchers asked 1,215 Danish men after they had whittled it down from every man in Denmark applying for the marijuana and sperm study.
Sperm.
They asked 1,215 Danish men whether they had used marijuana and other drugs like amphetamine, ecstasy, cocaine within the last 3 months, and if so, how often. The researchers, Tina, also collected semen samples to measure the men's sperm counts and concentrations.
Interesting study.
Interesting study. Yeah, a lot of people wanted to be involved. Step up to help.
Sure they did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
pick me, yeah.
I will help you with that.
I don't think that Tina, the study author, used the scientific term of how much of the amount of reduction was quite a lot. Quite a lot. So
a lot.
this, of course, forced me to do my own study.
Of course, every man has their own study.
And a lot of you guys out there might want to do your own study. But turns out, doesn't affect me.
You know what happened with my study? I realized I was way too stoned to count.
Yeah, I lost track.
I was like,
Lost
one
track.
sperm. Is that a sperm?
All I can
Oh
see.
my
I'm not sure what.
All I can see.
Nah, I'm
out-
not sure.
Turns out I had a vasectomy. So. What a waste of time that was.
Oh my god.
So. Big news. May sperm. May. Never.
Queen really feels in between today.
It takes one, though. I mean, we're like, so if it could be a problem, most guys can afford to lose a few.
That's right. And
It's
you can
just
do your
concentrating
own.
the pack, you know.
Yeah, we'll give you a head.
It's not.
Now I wonder if
Tina?
I wonder if
I
they
thought you meant-
bothered
I thought you said
in
Tina.
this study to check the virility of the sperm that were left over to see if it was the strong sperm that survived or if it was the weak sperm that survived.
Well, here's what I figure is that you smoke marijuana and you don't need as many, right? It strengthened your sperm.
That's what I'm saying because
you
all the
don't
dead
need as
ones,
many.
all the dead ones just go away.
Yeah, or beat up maybe by the other ones.
Yeah,
you don't
well,
know. Usually
they're probably on the couch with a pizza. It's just the sperm are like, I don't even want to be counted, dude. I'm not even
not.
going.
Yeah, some of them aren't interested anymore.
Maybe they just
But
wait
we don't
for
need
the
'em.
slow swimmers in the study.
You only need, apparently though.
I can't believe we're still talking about sperm.
Oh yeah,
It's fucking important.
I just.
it's network time filler, if you will.
Under the sperm count.
Balls, like fuck.
From under the sperm count.
Okay, this is important stuff.
The marijuana.
See, at the end of the day, though, it only takes one sperm. Only one gets through.
What's the next story, marijuana man?
Okay, well, the next story is about how marijuana affects your vagina.
Now we're talking. Just kidding.
Well,
Let's go.
it's kind of in that. No. Here's the latest trend in wedding receptions is to have a marijuana bar.
I saw that. That's super cool with a bud tender.
With a bud tender.
I'd go to that wedding.
Kush Queen would have that for sure.
In Oregon, they had their very first wedding. Or that's what they thought. I don't know. We were at Marc and Jody's wedding. How many years ago? When did you get married, Jody?
July 23rd, 2006.
What time?
9 years.
Exactly
9
what
years
time
ago.
was it? Just kidding.
9 years ago.
Aww.
1 o'clock work, I don't know.
That's
We-
a good wife.
It wasn't
That's a
420.
good wife. Oh, it went from 12 to 2.
It was a long wedding.
There's some stories about that.
Aw.
Well, what's trending now is weddings with a weed bar, a marijuana bar at the reception in Oregon. Yeah, like everyone's done that.
Old news.
Old news, she
Jody's
says.
like, yeah,
Been
that's
there, done that.
Been done. That's like so 9 years ago.
So 9 years ago, that's right.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But see, this is what
Slick
we
hair.
in the cannabis culture have to put up with is that all of these people that are just coming to the fold, they're discovering all these things, and we're going, oh my God, like really? We got to put up with all this again now? We've done that, been there, gone. Don't do that anymore. It's so passé. But now they're all going, it's trending. It's trending. That's all you got to say is it's trending.
I gotta say, anything with weed that's trending is a good thing, though.
Sure.
Absolutely.
To be honest, whether it was
Now-
9 years ago or today.
Researchers also collected semen samples to. Oh no! Wait, that was the last story.
Back to the sperm. Enough with the sperm.
The summer wedding of
There
John.
was actually there was an article about how people were. Someone was trying to say that smoking weed dries out women, like it makes.
Come on,
you,
are we
yeah.
still talking about that?
Shut up. It's true. You know what though? They actually
Well.
made that research. They actually put out this bogus freaking ad. I couldn't believe it. It was on Facebook. It was absolutely just
They
insane.
obviously didn't talk to Kush Queen.
Clearly, like fucking hello.
You know, there's
But
there's
anyways,
a
I'm
dry
just
mouth
saying.
joke in there somewhere.
Cottonmouth.
You're gonna have to search for it yourselves.
I'm just saying. So there actually was one about vaginas and weed.
There you go.
So yeah.
I
Okay.
wasn't so
It doesn't dry the boxes out.
hot box, not dry box.
Yes, that's right. They're confusing the hot box
That's
with the
right.
dry box. Here.
That's
Hello.
right.
Holy fuck.
So these people
No,
at the
it's not
wedding,
true,
at the
Randy.
wedding reception, they said they were shocked at the response. These were the two people who got married that offered the weed bar. They said we were shocked at the response. People loved it. You go, really? Like, what did you fucking think? Oh, maybe people won't like it. We should offer it anyway.
No, they're gonna
I don't
hate
know,
it, but
they're
let's
gonna-
do it.
We were shocked. They loved it. Idiots. They won't be married long, but
Wow,
So-
that. That's funny.
they're still getting 15 to 20.
Idiots. They won't be married long.
They're still getting 15 to 20 texts a day from people saying that what a life-changing event that this was and a great experience it was to have the smoke tent there.
That's awesome.
It is absolutely awesome, right?
Even if you guys are a bunch of unoriginal bastards.
Nobody complained about it. No problem. Now here at the Oregon Liquor Control Commission, they admit it's new territory. Weed bars are not allowed in any place that has a liquor license. You can't have any.
Snip, snip, nigga. Just kidding.
Oh. Making the vasectomy sign. So.
This is a new episode of Off-Roading.
It's totally mayhem. We rehearsed
Holy
this
fuck.
so many times. I didn't think that went the best yet, I'd say.
That was way better than the rehearsals.
I thought
Like
so.
even the laughter seemed normal, like
love
real,
you.
right?
It did.
I think it did.
Oh, that was great.
She has the best stage laugh I've ever heard.
I know I'm faking it the whole time.
Oh, you should hear her real laugh. It's like, should I do your real laugh?
Okay, go ahead. Is it that high-pitched scream thing you were doing earlier?
Don't mind us. We're fairly stoned. So here was another wonderful thing from that wedding experience is that the oldest person in the weed tent was 81-year-old woman
Yeah!
who said she hadn't smoked marijuana since the 60s.
Grandma got high.
Now that's going to start happening all over the land. I think it's a wonderful story. And,
I think that's awesome, man.
It shouldn't trend, though.
No, it should.
Now here's
It
another.
should trend.
Here's a goofy thing that's happening in Oregon is that they want to hire 11 marijuana inspectors, or as they're called, compliance specialists.
Fuck those compliance specialists.
They will investigate businesses and production facilities, as well as organize decoy operations where minors attempt to buy marijuana.
Okay, wait. They're gonna use minors?
Yeah. They've
To go-
already said they're going to do this. Decoy. They're going to set up decoy operations. Those wooden ducks. I don't know how you're going to get weed.
I just
weed
don't
for
know.
a
I
minor
just don't
using a
like the
wooden
miners.
duck.
The miners have been through a lot, man. They got trapped down in what was it, Chile or I think the miners should be able to
They're-
buy weed.
They should be able to buy
I mean,
weed.
they're exposed to all sorts of things where their lungs are compromised. I think cannabis would help them
But they're going to set up a decoy operation.
because it's illegal to sell to minors.
Yeah.
Yeah,
3 of the 11 positions are to be temporary,
pretty bad.
and 4 of the positions are going to be decoy positions. They won't know which ones they're
Yeah, it'll be
don't-
like,
yeah, it's
You
just
think
a,
I'm standing like this, but really I'm not.
it's just a decoy job to get the other jobs filled, because no one should want to do it in Oregon. What asshole wants to be the fucking cannabis? What are they called? Compliance specialist.
That's a shitty job.
The Maytag man used to be an appliance specialist.
Yeah,
But
he
a
got put out of business because they got a damn good product.
Appliance, yeah, doesn't break down. What else is going on in the world?
Lots, man. There's
Oh,
people
here's
being
a-
born. There's all kinds of things.
Here's a goofy thing in California. The police in California have these goggles that they're, I don't know where they came up with them. They look like ski goggles that they want you to put on so you know how impaired you are on marijuana. Marijuana goggles, they're called.
Okay.
No shit. They're green. It makes you see green. You can see the. Oh yeah, and your peripheral vision is all blocked off, and people are going like this now when they put them on, and the police are suggesting that this is what it's like when you've smoked marijuana.
Oh, you gotta be fucking me.
No
seeing
shit.
green.
Wow.
I'm seeing green.
I'm seeing green.
Freaking out. It's all green. What the fuck?
But now
That's fucking ridiculous.
they never really, when the police talked about this situation, they never really suggested that marijuana was ever a problem here. They said what's happening down the road is a lot of people are over-medicating themselves, and that's where they start becoming impaired. We're taking a special look at it. Now, then they got these goggles. A lot of people are really amazed how much they feel impaired just putting those goggles on.
Really?
Yeah.
Send us some.
Really?
This is what the police guy said. Now, if I was there, I could say, well, Here, let me hit you with this 2x4 and see how impaired you feel. And like,
Right?
really good. Let me cut off your oxygen till you stagger around, see how impaired you feel. No, it's so stupid. No, but here's what the cop said. Listen to this nonsense. Here's what we're seeing now is that those that are impaired by prescription drugs at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Different impairments.
Nobody at 11 or 12.
No, that's
Cops are
actually
on their break.
that's known as the void time. That's when nobody is actually.
No one's
yeah.
impaired between 11 and 12.
It's a phenomenon.
He said we're seeing them at these times because they're taking their kids to school.
Between 11 and 12?
No, not between 11
at
and
8
12.
o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock.
Rock.
They're taking their kids to
4
school.
o'clock, 5
This is why
o'clock,
we're seeing more impaired
6
people on
o'clock,
prescription clubs.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, rock. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
I smoke a joint at least every half hour. So at 8, 8:30, 9, 9:30, 10, 10:30.
No, not 10.
I don't take a break between 10:30, 11:30, 12:30.
Greg, what's the longest you went without smoking pot and why?
Because I was on an airplane going to Australia. That's the longest.
That really doesn't
And it
surprise me.
Wasn't so bad. And when I was in jail. That was probably the longest time, but that wasn't so bad
you ever
either.
smoked in jail?
No. Somebody did. Second or third day. Wake up in the morning, the whole cell block smells like weed, and everybody's pointing at me. And I go, no, that wasn't me. And then,
Trust me, it wasn't me.
Nope.
but
Oh, geez, don't you just hate when that happens?
That's hilarious.
now, speaking of decoys, some Oklahoma hunters landed themselves in some trouble. 3 Oklahoma hunters,
Oklahoma.
after wardens caught them allegedly poaching doves.
You were poaching them like eggs?
Poaching doves.
No, eggs.
No,
Doves, eggs.
doves.
No,
Poaching
they
the
were
whole
poaching the doves like eggs.
Oh,
Like poached eggs.
it's crazy.
Yeah,
So they're like gently boiling them and
a passerby called in and
never had
reported.
doves served like
They
that.
reported them.
Look at this is what they saw. They reported seeing some Mojo dove decoys spinning in a field. Mojo dove decoys.
What's that?
I don't
They just
know.
spin around in the field?
I think so. Lure in the doves so they
yeah,
can
they're-
shoot
they're-
them.
Why would a dove come to something spinning
Mojo
around?
makes the finest dove decoys.
Maybe so.
They really do. You'd never know the difference. Thank
The
you
warden,
very much.
the wardens arrived to find 3 guys dove hunting over the bait. Strangely, they were using dove blinds that were built out of marijuana plants.
Kush
They're
Queen's confused.
hunters use decoy blinds. They're called.
I am.
They make structures so that they can sit out in the field. When they lure the little birds in, they're in there with their shotguns. All right, so they make these little things called blinds out of stuff.
Why are they spinning in circles in fields?
The decoys?
Oh, because they want to. It's like whirling dervish. They're the whirling dovish.
I feel like I'm the one spinning in circles in the
The
field.
whirling dovish. Spinning in the fields, those Mojo doves.
Mojo dove spinners. You
Yes.
know, come on.
No, I'm good. I'm joked.
But the
Not a chance.
all right, we'll go to an easier story. Let's go to an easier story. Oh, I don't want to go back to that story. That's
I'll
just
explain it to
frightening.
you after.
Now here's El Paso police found more than a ton of marijuana in a van that broke down, out there on West Street. Officials said they found 2,200 pounds of marijuana inside a white Chevy van that had been abandoned.
That's a lot of fucking weed. Abandoned, you mean?
That had been abandoned.
Abandoned.
Police showed up after they got a call of narcotics use in progress.
I always think of the van from Cheech and Chong.
Narcotics use where?
Narcotics use in progress. What had happened is that people
I
who
think that's
had
a
helped
generalized term.
people who had helped a driver push the stalled van out of traffic at 4:20 p.m.
4:20 p.m. This all sounds
This
set
all
right
took-
up.
It
Pay
does.
attention, we're taking photos.
Sorry, yeah.
Photo op.
For Instagram. Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
Got him.
Yeah. Oh. I don't-
Smoking 'em.
We're like, ah.
He's got all the weed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all gone
Who
now.
is the marijuana
I
man?
smoked it all.
No, at 4:20 p.m., the police got a call of narcotics use in progress. People were smoking a joint as they helped a driver push the stalled van out of traffic. When officers arrived, they smelled a strong odor of marijuana coming from the abandoned van, and
Wait.
they found a
Wait.
ton of marijuana.
I want to back up to the fucking loser that called on the people smoking a joint, pushing the van in traffic.
Yeah, really.
Like, really, fuck you, you fucking losers. Nothing better to do. Like, fuck off. Why don't you get out of your
use.
fucking van and help?
Narcotics use in progress.
I know, they just call the cops right away. Oh my god,
Okay,
those
but
people
there's
are
something that
smoking a
has to be
joint.
said for the guys that have 2,200 pounds of weed
and
in the
can
broke
walk
down
away.
van. Fucking-
And can walk
No
away.
doubt. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Probably
I mean, if you
shouldn't,
got 2,200 pounds of weed,
yeah.
you'd think you'd have enough bank to make sure you got a van that works well,
Yes.
for one.
Yes.
Two, make sure
Packed.
not-
For two, you'd think you
Yeah.
got enough bank to pay two very inconspicuous motherfuckers, like a couple senior citizens that are broke, to drive that shit through town.
Yeah.
Or something,
Something.
you know?
No, not a lot of
Poor
forethought.
planning.
Yeah,
Poor planning. Everybody loses with poor planning.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say something off topic to the chatters. The chatters and the people that are watching Pot TV right now are going to get the first look at our new Cannabis Culture headquarters website, which
yes.
has just been published. It's
Whoop,
just
whoop.
available online
The
right
launch.
this very second.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
pressing.
T-minus 10 seconds.
It's
Press and go.
cannabisculturehq.com. That's www.cannabisculturehq.com. Go check it out. Tell us what you think.
Jeremiah's been slaving away on this, like really.
Thank
putting
you,
tons of work
Jeremiah.
with also Megan doing photos and
Megan
Laurent
and
a lot of
Laurent
hard
have
work.
been working
These are
down
supposed to be. This is a journalist and an editor, but he's also our tech guy and our website builder. So this has been incredible. It's really exciting. It's really embarrassing almost that we haven't had a proper online store website for a long
So
time.
long, yeah.
A long
Our
time.
our
It's
old
been
store
really-
looks hilarious. It's still available online too for a little while until we get everything. There's still not all of our stock is in the store, but at
Yeah.
least it looks good.
It looks amazing. So go buy something from us because it also supports Pot TV. I mean, Pot TV is funded by the store and the lounge. So when you shop with us, you're supporting the activism we do here. And the more you support us, the more we can support others. So yeah, help us be that vehicle to reach more people with more products and more of the cultural stuff that makes our movement so powerful. There you go. Thanks, I guess.
It's just a click away.
Chatters are saying it looks great, Jeremiah.
Thank you, chatters.
Yay.
Nice.
Except Randy Newman, who wasn't able to reach it for some reason. Maybe try it again, Randy.
Well, Randy's not online.
Oh,
he
yeah.
says.
He's calling in from a fax machine.
Yeah. Huh. Well, we are online.
Columbia.
Here was a headline I ran across. Would you pay an extra 5% marijuana tax if it funded college scholarships?
Yes,
No.
I would.
Not.
I would.
No.
Yeah, I would.
Not.
That's expensive.
No, we can't have them all
Yeah,
just
well-
turn into marijuana every time they think of some fucking tax they should have. These governments waste
Can't we just
so
have
much
free
money.
schooling like all the other places in the world that
I mean,
have
that
free
would be
schooling?
ideal, but we don't. And I don't know. I think that schooling is outrageous, and not enough people can afford it.
There's plenty
And
of
there-
money.
There would be
There's
so much
plenty
fucking
of
weed
money.
sales at schools that they would end up funding themselves.
There you go.
So it
you
doesn't
go.
really fucking matter. I would support that move 100%.
That's interesting. Interesting
Just
philosophy.
saying.
We all be like Al.
The only tax.
I want to be like Al.
No, you don't.
The only the only tax I would support on marijuana is the tax to end all taxes on marijuana. I'll pay for that. All right. It could get into the negative numbers eventually, and that'd be a good thing. So, use math wisely. Keep your sperm count up.
Or low.
Or low, it's up to you. Doesn't matter.
China's moist. Just kidding.
Or dry.
Everyone turns and looks.
Or dry. Everybody's got a different,
Don't be poaching doves. I don't.
And if you
I'm
do,
against
orange
dove poaching.
juice is actually better than water.
Don't abandon
Dove à
your
l'orange.
van.
What's that?
Don't abandon your van under any circumstances.
I think that's just way too. Let's just turn it to abandonment. And
Promise.
just know what it is.
Promise me you won't become a compliance specialist. There's
Quit
There's
calling the cops on
plenty
people
of
about
them.
weed.
Stop trending.
Losers.
Stop trending. Right? Write to Willie Nelson. Ask him what his ethos is.
Can I get on the list for the reserve?
I actually had dinner with Willie's cousin Ethos.
Ethos Nelson.
Yeah, that's his cousin.
On the weed again. Willie Nelson talks marijuana with GQ magazine again.
Bow, bow, bow.
All right, that's enough of this.
Nonsense.
That's it. That's
Yeah,
all.
we've been rambling since about 4:03.
Oh, that's all a blur now, but
It rambled right through 4:20, on into the 4:30s, into the 40s. Now here we are. 5:03.
okay, I'm out.
Pretty complete round right there.
Mike, just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a long, long show. Well, we're glad that you tuned in, or at least I am. Al never expresses one way or another, really.
I'm fucking happy.
He's fucking happy. Kush Queen, I know she's thrilled. Hey, she knows.
Good
We're
to be
happy
back.
to
I
have her
missed
here.
you guys, like I said earlier. So
Miss Rose, hope she had a good rehearsal.
Woo!
And
Rose is
she's
playing rock and roll.
playing somewhere on Saturday.
nice.
Where's she
So-
playing on Saturday?
Look, I don't know. I don't know.
I thought we were gonna plug her show.
Had a good raucous jam last night.
I got a blister on my finger.
Hot night in the
We
old
played
town
some
last
Motorhead
night.
Johnny Cash.
Yeah. And some Rush was played.
Some red. Those kids are awesome.
They were really good.
Yeah.
So join us every time. Thanks to Jeremiah for being here. Nice to see Jody in the house. Those guys completely
Is this
ignored us
thing
over
on?
there. Janice was here. Piping in. Yeah. Janice is that woman that you couldn't hear over there.
I'm a kid sometimes.
So,
I swear.
Thanks for joining in the chat, and thanks for tuning in. Do check us out all week long. Jeremiah's show on Friday. Redbeard's in on Saturdays. And Mick and Carly are doing the 420 lifestyle on Mondays. So every day, 4 o'clock. Check it out. And tell your friends.
Tell your
Crunching.
friends.
Now,
Tell your friends
these
something.
are Miss Vicky's chips. The amount of crunching that was going on right there.
They're good.
Anyway, thanks a lot for tuning in. I'm Marijuana Man. Peace and pot. See you next time.